Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're playing some Planet Zoo. So I went in already and did the first part of the tutorial so I could check out the settings and make sure everything was good for the stream, but haven't went much farther than that. I haven't looked into this game very much. I pretty much already knew I was going to play it. I've played Jurassic World, I played Planet Coaster, so this is right up my alley. Planet Zoo from Frontier. It's a pretty fun game. Loading, waiting for the loading screen. Alright, we're gonna play the first few tutorials here. Start from the beginning.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard. Although I insist you call me
like the
Bernie.
Sims gibberish
The only
language,
person who calls me
basically.
Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And pride.
Started from the bottom,
to
now
a
we're here.
lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off.
The lions ate the dentures.
Don't worry, though. I'm not
Animal
completely
abuse.
throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand.
Nancy.
Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Whatever that means.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Oh my.
But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it?
Yeah,
and
that's
visiting
probably a
some
good
of our
plan.
beautiful animals.
Wait, I can fly?
We'll start by popping over and
Feel like
having
Iron
a
Man.
look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat. Did you know that grizzly bears,
Hope I don't get
also
ate.
known as
Luckily I got my Iron Man suit.
Ursus horribilis, can hibernate
Iron
for
Man
up to
suit
7
keeps me
months a
safe.
year. Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Information panel. Let's do it.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare.
He has
You'll
a
learn
name and
more about
everything.
animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Okay. There you go. There you go, Nancy.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals.
Time
You
to
can
go
also
swimming.
get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Okay.
Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to
Definitely
find.
need my Iron Man suit for that one. All right, let's go.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me.
Man suit.
Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as
outta
40
here,
lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As
I'll make
Bernie
one
would say,
at my
those
zoo.
lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway,
look at it,
how about
Simba.
we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Okay. Empty habitat. Where are you? Okay, there it is.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for
Lovely.
animals, but it's
It's
missing
lovely.
a
It's
certain
great.
something. Well,
All
two
right.
somethings. Warthogs.
Ah.
So I'd like you to adopt a pair of
Okay.
them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Animal trading section. I clicked the wrong thing.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu.
Adopted.
Normally, the animal exchange would be
I've
full of
adopted you
animals,
as
but
my
I've emptied out
children
the
now,
market while you learn
warthogs.
how it works.
You're prettier than
The
my
last
real
thing
ones.
I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Get in here. Maybe that'd be a
When
good
you adopt
thing.
an
Who doesn't
animal,
want
it's
animals?
automatically
I mean,
placed
come
in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their
Well,
habitat,
now they're
which,
moved.
as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
I already did it, Nancy.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Okay. Here it is. Here you
Well,
are.
as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those
that's
animals
good.
to their
Hurry up.
destination as fast as possible.
Good. Go.
Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat.
Where are
but
they?
I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the
That's a
very
janitor.
rudest of health. Right,
Well,
let's
that's
get
good.
the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy.
Oh, they're in
You see,
here.
each animal in the zoo
They
has
move
an
so fast, I
overall
can't even
welfare
find them.
statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall
Mr.
welfare
Warthog.
statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an
man,
animal, you'll
Mr.
bring up their
Warthog's
animal
mad.
welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Well, that's good, because I don't remember
Let's
any of
start
it.
by
I
making
already
sure we're
forgot it
taking
all.
care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking
food.
station.
Food and drink.
Each animal
do
requires
they
a
need that
different
for?
type
Huh.
of feeding station.
Damn
And for the
prima
warthogs,
donna
it's a small
divas over
feeding
here.
trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
All right. Okay, let's make sure the people can see them. Here you go. Right out here in front and center.
Animals also
Be the
require
stars you
stimulation
were
to keep
born
them
to
happy.
be. Warthog
Let's
1
add
and
a
Warthog 2
lovely
with
mud
them
bath
names,
for the
though.
warthogs to roll around in.
Well, I don't know
That
how to
bath will
pronounce
count
that, so-
towards their enrichment
not
welfare,
even gonna
specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Okay, here, have a giant mud bath. Also, for the people to see. Beautiful.
Oh, nice work.
Thank
You've got a
you.
knack for this, I see.
I do.
Now, our contractor
you
had to
know?
leave in a hurry, so this
That's why
place
you
is in a
hired me,
Pharaoh
I
state.
presume.
Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
The hippos. Now that's what I want. Ostriches. You here?
Oh, before we
Where are
actually
they?
start building our ostrich
Oh.
habitat, let's
don't have
pause
them
the
already?
game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
So demanding, Nancy. Come
that's
on,
more like
Nancy.
it.
Do you have
A
to
quick
always
break.
be like this?
Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way.
I don't think it spins.
Let's keep the game
it spins.
paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job
Power
number
of
1
Iron
here
Man
is to
suit.
add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate.
Does it,
After
though?
all, how else would the keepers get in and out?
I don't know. Jump
Just
over the
make
fucking
sure
fence.
it's hooked up to the path
Maybe
so
that.
the keepers can reach it.
Okay. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. I'm not paying much attention to you, just to be honest, Nancy. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. Okay. Got it.
Right.
Well, I think
Let's
that's what
complete
you
the
wanted.
perimeter barrier
There you
so
go.
we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish
Okay,
off the
let's
perimeter
go.
using the brick barrier.
No one can see into the ostrich fence. We want them to be nice and private.
Good work.
Thank you.
Remember,
I have a
before you
knack
can
for
place
this,
animals
remember.
in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier.
Well, looks
Now,
like it's
you've
fully
probably
looped.
noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment.
Yep,
At
I
least not
mentioned
without a
that.
stepladder.
Yeah, that's how the people could get in. The work. The workers.
Out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Glass barrier. How do I do it? This button. This.
There we go.
Oh, okay,
Adding
cool.
in more windows gives guests even
It
more
worked.
opportunities to see the animals in a habitat.
Yes.
It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good
I
view
want
into a
more
habitat
glass.
from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy.
It
And
will
because
let
this
me.
would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't.
Terrible.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point.
Okay, there.
Donation
we'll put it on the
boxes are one
corner.
of the main sources of
Kinda
income for the zoo,
near.
so make sure you remember them.
I'll try to remember, but can't make any promises
Now,
here,
before
Nancy.
we adopt our ostriches,
What do you expect from
should
me?
click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not, Nancy. What did she want me to do? Adopt them? Who remembers? Okay,
By
unpause
the
the
way,
time.
as
There we
well
go.
as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button.
Of course you can.
It'll run everything at 2
now
times
I'm
and
a
5
time
times faster.
traveler. Now I'm some
It can
other
be useful,
superhero that
especially
I
if
don't
you're
know the
waiting for
name
money
of.
to accumulate or for
I
animals to
only
be
know about
delivered to a
Iron Man.
habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right,
Well, there you
you've
go.
finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think?
I think
Let's
so.
get
It's high
4 of them
time.
in here.
4:20. All right, adoption. Time to go to the adoption agency and sign those adoption papers and make it official. All right, great. Here are my new children. Now I have to move them. What happened? I messed it up. Here we go. Get in there. Get in there, my child. Come to your new home. Yes.
While we wait
There
for them
we
to
go.
be collected
Look
by
at
the
this room I
caretakers and
made
brought
for
to the
you. It's
habitat,
huge.
you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water
Okay,
station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Suitable.
It's often best to
stuff.
place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Great idea. Wow, slow feeder into. Why do you gotta be complicated? Okay, here we go. We'll go in there, one there. Bam, and then the trough can go in between. Perfect. Oh, bronze. Yes.
Oh, good to see
Mission
the ostriches
complete.
have somewhere they can
Yes.
really stretch their legs. Did you know?
I'm
they
the
can
master.
actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven
What?
forbid they ever
Jeez.
escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Speed camera fines. I don't really know what that means.
Well,
But okay.
Bernie certainly
At
seems
least I
impressed.
got a medal.
Did he do his speed camera joke? Every
He did.
time we get an ostrich.
Oh, he
now
does that a
we've
lot.
made the
huh?
ostriches'
Huh.
lives
Okay.
a bit better. Let's do the same for the keepers, shall we?
Sure.
To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers
Facilities.
prepare the food for animals. So they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure
Where
the keepers
are
don't
you?
waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
What do we want? We'll get a classic.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Keeper hut. Bam. Bublaki.
This
Done.
keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time.
Perfect.
Oh, but bear
Beautiful.
in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests.
Good to know.
Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all
It was.
facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
I suppose. Mine as well. Okay, what are we doing? Power.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power
Get in
heat map.
there.
This map allows you to see what is and what isn't
place it.
powered in your zoo. So, once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Invalid rotation. Oh, it needs to be connected to the road. I
Lovely
see.
work. Now the keepers
I
can start
see.
using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's
Well,
get on
that's a
to your
plus.
next objective then.
Let's get on with it.
Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Okay, plot, you plot it out. Get out of this. Ah! One too many escapes there. Okay, beautiful. I
Righty,
found
your
it.
next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So, go ahead and build it. Just make
Okay.
sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't
I'll
forget
make
to
it
add
really
a
small.
habitat
That's
gate
what
to
I
the
was gonna
barrier.
do. Okay, habitat.
Oh,
What are we
and
doing?
make sure the guests will be able to see
Very
the
nice, I
tigers.
Concrete. Okay, well, let's make a lot of glass. That's what I want to do. Do 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 da 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 da. Okay, now we're gonna go get the glass. Got some good glass here. Put it in the zoo. Wait a minute. This isn't glass. What the frick? What the frick is this? What the frick? There we go. Alright, glass. Let's go from here. Better break. Stupid bastard! Glass. Is it just trolling me right now? Why are you trolling me? There we go. Get out of that. Stay on glass, bro. Don't go be a babe. Oh man, it really likes that concrete. Well, it really likes that concrete. Gotta have that cool glass sound effect. Bloom. Throwing a ball at it. Make it nice and glassy. There we go. Glass. Okay, I think it's done. Oh wait. Oh wait. That's not done. We're gonna do another concrete. There we go. Give him a little privacy. No, wait. The glass. It was glass. Wait. Ah. What is happening? Glass. Not glass. Concrete. Damn it. Now I'm confused. Alright, great. Is it connected all the way, or did I miss another spot? It looks to be good. Looks to be other way around. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing, Silver? What are we doing, Silver Fox? Oh yeah, do a gate. Okay, I see. Alright, cool. Gate. Whoops. Gate. Gate is what's next. Alright, is it in barriers? Yeah, here it is. Perfect. Bam.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do
maybe.
it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by
Okay.
double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
Barrier editing mode.
Great. Now, highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Ugh. There we go. Get over there. Go, 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 go.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected,
Right.
you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
3.7 meters. Well, let's make it 12 feet just in case, because I
And
don't
now
really
that the
know what
habitat
that
is in
means.
place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your
I
viewing
know
areas.
the American
We
system.
need every dollar we can get.
Sure
Especially
do.
as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Oh, that's why I fed my tiger. Oh, no, I
Okay,
don't want
that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Cool. Let's do this. More adoption. Gotta call the adoption agency. I got them on speed dial at this point. I mean, what can I say? I'm adopting a lot of stuff recently, so get in there.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival.
Perfect.
We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Feeding station. Okay, I guess they can have one of them. Here we go. What is this saying it is? A pool tray large? What the frick?
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool
Right.
excavated, but you
How do
still
I
need to
set
fill it
that?
with water.
Okay,
You should do that
water.
by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Water tool. Give 'em the
Yes,
calm
that'll do
water.
nicely.
I don't know
Of
if I
course,
will.
just like the warthogs and
think I
ostriches,
filled it
these
right enough,
tigers
maybe.
will also need some enrichment.
go.
Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Toys. Yes! There we go. Rub on the wall, Mr. Tiger. There you go. And have a frozen blood pumpkin? Okay, whatever. Suits
Okay,
the
it's
fancy, I
really
guess.
starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat.
Okay.
You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
There we go. Of course I'm going to use the blueprint. What do I look like? Some builder. Builder person. Where should we put it? No, that's not a good spot. Probably off to the side, right? Put it over here. Put it over here is what we're gonna do. Right by this
Oh,
rock.
poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Okay, information.
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need
Okay.
more of or less of in this habitat.
They want more grass.
Okay then,
and
open the
soil.
terrain editing tool, select painting,
Okay,
and give them some more
painting.
soil.
Give them more
Yes,
soil.
that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Heavy soil and light soil. Do they care which one it is, I wonder? There is some heavy soil there. Mr. Tigers. Too much grass, I guess. They want more long grass, too. Long grass. Here, be happy about it. So they have too much. Okay, I'm confused. Maybe I'm reading this thing wrong, but we'll figure it out. I'm just gonna put down more soil. Do they not have enough shore? More shore grass. Okay, I'm messing up everything. Here we go.
Right then. All animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, Eurasia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Environment. I'm already here.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
How do I know what those are? Oh, cool.
You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Okay, how do I kill this? Get out of here, die. Bush. The tigers don't like you, so now you're gone. We respect all animals at our zoo. Whatever they want, they get. They don't want this. Not at all. Get out of here. Is this what it was? Let's see. You. There's, hookthorn acria tree or something. Is this you? Yeah, die. You don't belong here. Okay, what plants do you want? You want more plants. They like Asia plants, tropical, temperate grasslands. Do they just like all of these, I wonder? Or do they also have to be like grassland and temperate? Go. Tropical and temperate or grassland. Cool. Hopefully they'll like that. Here, have some plants. Mr. Tigers. Get some bushes in here. Coconut palm, well, we need these. By the lake. Beautiful. What else do we have? What is this thing? Cool. Whatever it is, we're putting it over here. Here we go. A few over by the water here. If they could go in the water, I don't really know what's a water. More bushes here. Beautiful. Some trees. Oh my God! Silver!
They say that good fences make good neighbors.
Damn, we're
I guess that's
awesome.
doubly
I
true when
love it.
One of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave. Even if you did poke a hole in their fence.
I didn't.
Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Bernie.
Let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Okay. Where are they at now? Social welfare. Okay, I see them. Right over here. Good stuff.
Just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their social welfare, and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay. Whoa, that's a crazy noise you're making. Social
Now,
ways.
they've clearly got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
Adult population, bro.
Right. As you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls.
them.
Off you pop to the animal market then.
Here we go again. This is where we spend all of our time here at the animal market, adopting babies. Baby animals that aren't babies because they're adult ones, but still. I don't know. Let's go here. Whoops. I accidentally sold him. I clicked the wrong button. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. Or it didn't sell. I don't know what happened, but we're good now, I guess. I hope.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Come on, Mr. Snow Leopard. Or Mrs. Snow Leopard, or Miss Snow... I don't know. Snow Leopard, okay?
Just like
Let's call
people,
it that.
animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite
Look
right.
at in their shelter.
You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy.
Yeah, look at this.
You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass.
Yeah, it's probably a good
It's not
plan.
a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you?
Yes,
This
let
will
me
give the
look at
snow
this.
leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay, well... Let's do this. Click this thing, I'm guessing, and then click that.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat.
just see those
But
shadows,
let's
that's
start by
creepy.
opening up the temperature heat map and
Heat
having a
map.
look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Which one is it? Oh, that one.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Sounds good.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
Is your shelter cold?
It'll take a little while for the temperature
go.
to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's
Snow
make
and
that
rock.
happen.
Let's kill this heat map so I can see better here. Come explore. Come with me and explore the snowy habitat for the snow leopard. I wonder if these plants are correct. 'Cause they look like they definitely might
Now then, all of that should give you a
Maybe
pretty
give
good
them
understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic.
good.
Now, to quickly see
Average
how all your
welfare.
animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Zoo management. That just says zoo. And then go to this.
As you can
section.
see, this list shows you the animals'
Oh,
overall
perfect.
welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the
Whoa.
locate button.
Some of them are really
Right,
high.
I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Okay, sounds good, Nancy. You have fun there, girl. Oh, disease risk. What? What? This isn't part of my tasks. Why is it not cleanly? Where's my zookeepers? Ugh, disgusting. Where's my zookeepers? Train them up. I know what everybody is. Keeper for the hippos, you depressed bastard. You're ruining all my stuff. Caretakers. Well, you need to take care of the hippos back. Getting text message in the middle of my stream. Sorry. Answer that real quick. There we go. Nice and easy. Quit being lazy and get more energy. Just get some coffee, get some tea, whatever you want, and be happier. Well, it won't let me do that for some reason. Be more happy. There, get a raise. Sure. Just fix the hippo problem, damn it. Do they get mad when I hire people? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking around with the buttons. I guess this hires people. Such a weird gray text that it confuses me, I guess. A caretaker and keepers. I wonder what the difference is, because I don't know yet. Hippos, are you happier? Okay, you want some more money? What is this? Low workload, oh no. Do more work then! Be more happy, you idiot. Go clean up my hippo thing. It is clean. Alright, good. Easy. That was easy. Fixed it. Okay, what else? What's next? I forgot. Oh, yeah. They gotta go help the welfare of the animals. So they don't want to die anymore. Alright, what's this thing? A tortoise? Tortoise. Tortoise thing. It's funny, I went all glass on mine for that, whatever, and tigers, and then now this is just one side with glass. It's really funny, kind of. What's it? What's back here? Yeah, what is this? Water treatment, so we have to worry about this next, I guess. I haven't mentioned water treatment in this tutorial, but it's coming. Information center. Well, they have this little thing tucked in here. I guess they don't like staff buildings, they were saying before. So, I guess this is what you do. You stick these little things in here. And no one wants to walk through. Staff only area. Right, looks pretty legit. Looks pretty legit. Alright, tortoises. I'm getting distracted. ADHD, ladies and gentlemen. Turtles. Is there turtles in here? It's not a turtle. It's not a turtle, is it? Where the hell? Where are they? Guess what I found? The turtles. I hope you're not dead. I hope you're just taking a nap. Taking a nap, little turtle. Look at you. Oh, so cute. Hopefully you're not dead. Okay, these guys have good welfare, we know that much. He's pissed off about his environment. Does it have food? What the hell? Toy, no food or toy. Toy enrichment. Alright, let's fix it up for him. Turtles. What do you like to have in your environment? Toy management, food management. some fruit. When I played through the tutorial the first time, I put in the troughs, but they didn't seem to work. I gave him a bed too, but I guess I already have a bed over there. All right, what else do they want? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so confused by this thing. It seems like it's better just to stick on this main thing. Toy energy. Dog ball? Is a dog ball something a turtle wants? Is that for dog? Where's food and water? Where's the toys? Where's the toys? Okay. Small ball and a sprinkler. Okay, here we go. Those two things are now in there. God, what is this sprinkler bringing up? The temperature back again. They're getting cooled down. Are the turtles happy? Are they happy now? Looks like it. Perfect. Alright, good stuff. Oh no. My guests are dropping. I think that's my guests. Can't click on it. My marketing's nothing. People just come anyways. Word of mouth. That's how we do things. Saving money. I guess. Okay, cool. Okay. Whatever this is. Oh, that's their name. That's like, that's not like a giraffe. Why does that look like some weird name? Alright, that's probably why. Zebra and giraffes. The giraffes in particular aren't the happiest. So let's go check them out. Look at this giraffe. Majestic giant animal. Oh man, I think I scared him. Alright, sound fine. Well, leave you alone here, sir. Let's just make your welfare better. Okay. Food enrichment. Okay, let's try it. Go. Species. Nope, not this. We want the giraffe. Boom. Them. Give them good stuff. Suspended high grazer feeder. Okay, cool. That's something a giraffe would probably want, right? A rubbing pillar. Where should this go? There. We'll...
Not bad. Not bad at
got
all.
the gold.
I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to
no one's
another
ever
one of
gonna
those
keep
zoos
me
for that.
down.
If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
A passport? What are we doing now? I'm confused. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy putting the flying machine.
Sounds like you got the whole zoo purring away nicely.
Maybe.
Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh?
I guess so. Bernie.
Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out.
Nancy.
And Nancy owes me a foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I did have, obviously. But you see...
Yeah, you hate your
zookeeping's
son,
not
I
for my
figured.
daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals. But she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet.
Cool.
I'll just settle for saving a couple of
Planet?
species.
What planet?
And
Planet
maybe
Zoo.
having a type of frog named after me.
Bernie frog? Sounds weird. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Do we have another mission we have to put on this one? All right, cool. All right, on to the next one. Da 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 da. Anyone who's watching, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to wherever you're watching, because I'm broadcasting on a lot of different places. So wherever it is, cool. Well, I have my second one. I don't know. I'm saving it just in case, I guess, right? All right, go, 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 go. All right, exit. Let's go to the main menu here.